Morning, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, October 25th, 2022, and my friend Brett and I are at the Reyes Peak Trailhead over here in the Los Padres National Forest, Pine Mountain of Ventura County. Today we are here. Yeah, we've got bears here too. But we're planning on doing a short hike to Reyes Peak. My friend and I have done this hike before, but from along the paved portion of Pine Mountain Road to add some mileage. Back in 2018, Brett and I hiked all the way to Haddock Mountain. Today, not so much, because we're going to be on our way to Santa Barbara later to get some more videos in. So, always enjoyed being here in the Reyes Peak area. The first time I was here was back in, again, 2018, and really truly enjoyed the scene here, because this area has some very dense and some very large statured forest, especially with respect to Jeffrey pine, sugar pine, and white fir, the magic three, I call them. There may be a few incense cedars here. I think down on the other side of Pine Mountain, down towards some of the other trailheads like Reyes Creek and Reyes Creek Camp, might have more of that. But this side is mostly Jeffrey pine, white fir, and sugar pine. We're at a trailhead here is about 6,900, 7,000 feet, and Reyes Peak itself is 7,516, and that is the high point of Pine Mountain, this little small mountain range here in the backcountry of Ventura County. So my friend and I are going to see what kind of interesting things pop up along here today. Hopefully get some footage of some of the enormous pines and firs on the north-facing slope of this mountain. There are some big trees in this small mountain range. Last time I was here, there were some fantastic examples of both sugar pine and white fir, and also some quite large Jeffrey pines mixing in. So I'm using Reyes Peak as an excuse to get to a summit, and this time I'm getting it on film, because the last time I was here I didn't film, but I did shoot a lot of photography. But this time I'm planning on filming my hike and getting video of this incredible mountainscape here in Southern California, because this is actually one of the most scenic areas. As we start climbing our way up, pretty short hike, nothing extreme. I forget the mileage on it. It's not an extremely long hike if you take it from the trailhead. I said the last time my friend and I, we parked at 6,000 feet along Pine Mountain Road, and we were originally going to try to do the Chorro Grande Trail, but we didn't get an early enough start for that, so we parked on Pine Mountain Road at the 6,000 foot mark. We hoofed it along the paved portion, all through all this, went to Reyes Peak, then we went all the way to Haddock Mountain, and that ended up being roughly about a 16-mile hike, as opposed to a 20-plus mile hike if we did Reyes and Haddock Mountain from the Chorro Grande trailhead. So here we are, and we're looking over towards the Mount Pinos area. Looks like, see here, and we start getting some nice back north-facing views here, and we have Mount Pinos, highest point in Ventura County, right on the Ventura border. That's Sawmill Mountain, the highest point officially in Kern County, and that is I believe Grouse Mountain, a little bit lower. Sorry if the wind is a factor, it's going to be kind of annoying, but we have some incredibly breathtaking sugar pine forest here. And that was one of the main impetus for me wanting to come here, is to not only hike to a peak, but also just get the footage of the beautiful forest that is this area. You see here, we got some medium-sized sugar pines here, but they do get much larger as we go along this here. As you can see, they're starting to get much larger. Sugar pines over here. Wow, this is a beautiful area. Yeah, you said you
try to catch a video.
Oh yeah. Is there a function?
Yeah, it's just a short I'm doing.
Oh, perfect. So my friend's, he's starting to do some shorts, so he can end up making some videos. I'm trying to see if I can convince him to do some YouTube videos. So he's going to try to do some too.
I'm about to get that.
So my friend and I, we've been doing these hikes for several years now.
Yes. But
I'll be your first subscriber. Right at the parking area, we just walk along this old road bed. We come to this fork, so what we're going to do, the official Reyes Peak Trail goes along this way, down along, sometimes it goes up to the crest, sometimes it goes a little below it. That goes towards Haddock Mountain, but to get to Reyes Peak, we're going to take this huge trail here. We're going to take this huge trail branching off to the right, and this should make a relatively short hike up to Reyes Peak itself. So we're going to go ahead and break off and start heading up this use trail here. This trail here, yeah, I know. This way here to get to Reyes Peak itself. And the views from here are insane. Wow. And that peak right there, I think is Cerro Noroeste there, Mount Abel. Yeah, I think that's the one that has the Pino Alto campground on top. There's a peak that gets into that one. The other ones are you have to hike to them. I don't know. I mean, there are plenty of ways to get up to those mountains, but when we did it the more easily accessible way. Nah. Yeah. I'll give us a short workout. But yeah, you notice. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you came along. This is what I've been missing for so long. North-facing slopes. Yeah, this is part of the National Forest, I think, here. Yeah. Got a slippery toes. About this part. Yeah. Okay. We'll just take our time. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I didn't remember this portion. Yeah, I kind of pretty like it. Wish I had an extra pair. I'll see you on clip number 2.
I'm getting a little warm.
Hello, this is Brian again. Friend and I went up that first steep pitch. So now the sun is more strongly shining on this part. Fred is starting to get kind of warm, and just the scenery up here is immaculate.
It really is.
It's an absolutely beautiful little trail.
This is awesome. Right now, I remember a little white foot I was riding, I think last time we came.
Really?
Might be one of these, and might have got a lot. I think it might have this one of these. This has got a lot bigger.
Hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. I really highly treasure this here.
Thorns?
Oh, it's a mountain whitethorn ceanothus.
I wonder if it has any thing on it.
This is Ceanothus cordulatus, the mountain whitethorn.
How do you get seeds off of this? What do they look like? I wonder if it has any. When's the latest they produce those?
Usually during the summertime.
Oh, yeah, I probably missed
But so we're on the relatively level plateau portion. So what my friend and I did is we branched off on the use trail. See, there was a trail fork shortly after the parking area. Left is the actual Reyes Peak trail that doesn't go to the peak, but it skirts along the ridge of Pine Mountain, of which Reyes Peak is a part. But when you take the right unsigned fork, you're actually going up the use trail that summits Reyes Peak. So just a little tidbit of information there. So now we're on the more south-facing side of the mountain, where it's more exposed and sunnier. You get side blotch lizards. Because on the north side of the mountain, it's quite breezy, and you probably couldn't hear my voice too well because of the wind. So I apologize if some of my intro was kind of muffled out. But right now we're in just about a monotypic stand of Jeffrey pine. And these trees being more adapted to the sunny side of the mountain. Once you get some good views down into towards here to the southeast and the south over here, you get some really good views of the Pacific Ocean from here. And you can even see some of the Channel Islands, some of the more northerly Channel Islands off here to the south. And a lot of the Ojai backcountry, because Ojai is roughly down this way somewhere. And that's one of the inland valleys behind some of the other more coastal mountains. And I can see the Ventura County coastline. Probably from the top, you probably get a good view of the Santa Monica Mountains. I would say. The first time my friend and I were up here, it was a very thick marine layer that was the clouds were so thick that they made it foggy on and off half the time we were here. So there were times where there wasn't much of a view. But one thing is, when you hike towards Haddock Mountain, if you're hiking Haddock Mountain, you'll get to see some dramatic cliff faces on the south side of Haddock Mountain that are visible quite readily from portions of the trail. And I believe it's some type of sandstone. I'm not a geological expert, but you get some almost Grand Canyon-esque type cliffs that drop off from Haddock Mountain which is east of Reyes Peak. So you'll get some pretty insane views in that area. But again, when we went, there were patches of clouds that kept breaking up and stuff. And so sometimes it would be foggy, there'd be no visibility, and then sometimes you could see some of the lower cliffs behind or down from Haddock Mountain. But yeah, you can see some of the Channel Islands from here, some really good views of them from here. Very good views. Oh, that one? That's probably on Santa Cruz Island.
That's why I put that motel. It was Santa Cruz Island and Santa Cruz area. By the island, I think it's...
Well, Santa Cruz, see, this is Santa Cruz County, Santa Cruz City, and then that's where I think the California Toria tree you were talking about is.
Yeah.
And then there's Santa Cruz Island, which is part of the 8 Channel Islands, and that's where I think one of the California record blue gum trees grows.
I gotta get over there. This year I gotta see if I get some cats. I gotta get over there.
Yeah, I wonder what I may have to find a way to get to some of those Channel Islands for some future adventures. That would really make it fun. But yeah, my friend and I have crested one of the hills, crested the little lip of the ridge. So Reyes Peak, obviously, you probably see me shoot the camera towards it, is up there. So we still got a little bit to go, but it's not a very long, extraordinarily involved hike, unless you do it from the Chorro Grande Trail. Then that's a whole different story. And that most certainly was not in my plans today, because we're kind of bouncing between places, going from one spot to another. So I figured do a short hike to Reyes Peak, just get the scenery here, and then move on to our next spots. So I was thinking tomorrow, maybe, while we're in the Santa Barbara area, we're going to be spending 2 nights in Santa Barbara, tonight and tomorrow night. Tonight, we'll be thinking about our plans for tomorrow, and tomorrow is either going to be Figueroa Mountain, which is near the community of Los Olivos, and then the next day going to La Cumbre Mountain, which is a portion of the Santa Ynez Mountains. La Cumbre Peak is basically going to be a drive up, because I'm going to just take my friend driving up there, because there's supposed to be some great views. There's a Forest Service lookout tower, and some nice little coulter pine, knobcomb pine groves along there. That and you probably, I would imagine that tomorrow, unless the marine layer really comes in heavily, which I'm not sure. I think we're supposed to have a change in the weather pattern again, back from dry Santa Ana winds to marine layer. So I don't know, there might be some marine layer view interference, but we'll see. I don't know yet. But just enjoy these views of the Ventura County backcountry. They're just absolutely astounding. The atmospheric conditions here are quite clear, so you can see some of the Channel Islands very clearly.
Over there, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, off in the distance.
Yeah, you can see the Pacific Ocean just clear as day. It looks like you can almost reach out and reach over those mountain ranges and touch the water. That's how close it looks. Yeah, probably lagoon sites. Yeah, over there. Yeah, probably coastal marsh sites. Yeah.
Oh, Brian, yeah, that's going towards Santa Barbara. Some of that isn't.
Oh no, this is going towards, right here is going towards Ventura. I think Ventura. And going over towards, this is southeast.
Okay, southeast. So then Santa Barbara would be more northern that way.
Santa Barbara would be more that way.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I can see the ocean, dog.
Yeah, the ocean is clear as day from here. It's
like in San Diego, that little spot we went where we saw the rattlesnakes where the lookout tower was, the radio tower was rattlesnakes. The rattlesnake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you see the coast. You're really close to the coast.
Oh, that was Mount Soledad, wasn't it?
Mount Soledad, yeah.
With the cross on top?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the Mount Soledad Veterans Cross.
Oh, yes, I remember you did that.
Yeah, I've been up there I've done a couple of videos in that area since then. Yeah, my friend and I are talking about some of the coastal views from Mount Soledad in La Jolla, which is much closer to the ocean than where we are now. But just the views are just absolutely outstanding up here. My friends enjoying the views. I'm... There you go.
Not really much. Maybe if I soak them in water, I might be able to.
Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, those are fantastic. So let's see here. So yeah, this is what I call the traverse part on the Reyes Peak Use Trail, where we're kind of traversing along the south-facing slope. Not really gaining, not really losing much. Very gentle undulation in the land, and then eventually we're going to start angling our way up there, and that'll be the summit area of Reyes Peak. But it's just nice to be here in the Pines again. I haven't really had much time in the Pines since moving to Santee. A very long drive from here. But yeah, the trees are smaller, more exposed here because of the south-facing aspect. Of course, when you saw clip number 1, when we started, you saw the other side where the trees were quite a bit larger. And there's some areas here on Pine Mountain where the trees get spectacularly large. Probably more along the Reyes Peak official Forest Service trail that goes along the side and sometimes peeking over the crest of Pine Mountain Ridge. But probably the largest stands of trees are probably found along the actual U.S. Forest Service trail. This is a social trail or use trail to get up to the peak. So forgive me, the wind's about to come in again because the winds are coming from the north. Coming from the north right now. So forgive me if the camera starts so just check out these views again. Amazing. Yeah. This is the north facing slope.
Oh, that's why I see a cooler.
Yeah. This is an offshore wind. This is like a Santa Ana wind blowing right now.
I might do a short here.
Go for it. This is to be enjoyed. Yeah, take your time. Get the shots that you want to get. Like I said, we still have tomorrow to do Santa Barbara. We still have tomorrow and early Thursday before the drive back. So
awesome.
Take your time and enjoy this. This is not going to be a super long hike. Yeah, that's why I say go for it. Whenever you find a spot, take the time and take the shot.
Beautiful, man.
It is.
Gosh, this is awesome things, bro. This is beautiful.
It is. Man. It's absolutely stunning out here. And again, guys, I apologize for the wind slam.
Oh my God.
There's a fair amount of it growing all up here. Again, that's the hoary coffee berry, Frangula californica tomentella.
That's the one you had coming.
Yep.
You just got 2 feet tall, man. I never had to get that tall. I remember when you seen that my old place.
Yeah, I remember that.
9 inches. It did not even get a feet. It didn't even make it a feet tall.
My battery's gonna. Well, I still think I have a little battery juice before I switch to the next clip. So we're just gonna keep walking and talking. I think the elevation gain is only about 600 feet from where we parked. I think where we were parked is at 6,900 feet. I think it's the Reyes Peak trailhead. So it's only gonna be about a 600-foot gain. I may as well. Like I said, I'm planning on, just like you, I'm planning on getting footage of this because this is incredible. Yeah, my friend and I are just really enjoying it up here. This is one of his higher ranking places too, because he got the experience when I hiked Reyes Peak. He was with me. Yeah, he got to experience it with me, and it's something that I've always wanted to return to, and this time get it on film for people who like watching my pine forest hiking videos when I'm hiking up the peaks and trudging along beautiful pine views. And like I said, get your clips in, because this is important. Yeah, please do make a channel, because I want to subscribe. I've been wanting to check out some of your videos, man. I'm excited.
I'm about to start breaking out a little bit. I just got to do a little more research. And I got to pick up a name for that channel.
Yeah. Well,
to think about from the name. I got but
you do? Yeah.
I got several. I just forgot passwords and login info because I had old.
Because I know you have your login. I see your comments on my videos all the time, so that's one of your accounts.
Yeah, that's one of them right there. So I might actually just use that one. Maybe it's not true. But then for my trees, I might need to. I want to give it a name, a certain name.
Well, yeah, especially if your videos for one channel are differently themed than videos for another channel.
Oh yes.
My video themes are almost all the same. Nature, hiking, trees.
Yeah, it should be that way, because then that's your personal market. That's your theme. So because when I find one theme, I'm gonna probably stick to it.
Yeah.
Unless I want to maybe add to it, maybe later.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I need to do something different, but yours is a spotlight on trees. That's the best. That's just awesome.
Spotlight videos, plant videos, hiking. It's all for me. It's basically, I mean, I like listening to music and all this and that. I mean, I like all that, but when it comes to this basically monopolizes my cares. Yeah. This basically monopolizes what I give a lick about. Yeah. Hiking, plants, and wildlife. Whenever applicable, whenever wildlife enters the chat, it's great.
Yes.
I'm not the best at getting wildlife on camera, but I try. But
not be a great good look on the videos. You can see my reflection in my face. And then
well, when we're done filming, later on, just show me what it looks like. Just show me some of the shorts you recorded.
Okay.
We'll see.
The better ones that are facing this way on the northern facing slope. This is the southwest slope, so the sun reflects my face onto my phone screen.
That and the north facing slope is the lush one where the big trees are. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe when we come down, the sun might be a little bit different position. So
probably.
Maybe a little better position, then I can knock some. Cause I really want to get that side, because that's going toward the coast.
Yeah.
So I really want to get that side too.
I can even see boats out there too right now.
Yeah, I can. Yes, I can see them. Yeah, I can actually see them myself too. I can actually see them. Yeah, I can see one right there.
Yeah.
Almost, but I can see them moving that way.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can see one right there. That's beautiful.
So for everybody out there watching, this is an awe-inspiring place. This part of the Los Padres is. I mean, I love the Mount Pinos area because they got limber pines, and that's the highest elevation over there by Mount Pinos. But something about this area, Pine Mountain, and the drive here on the 33. My friend and I came from Lebec. We drove here from Lebec, so I picked them up in California City, and then we drove over to Lebec to stay the night. So we drove through Fraser Park on Fraser Mountain Park Road, then we turned south on Lockwood Valley Road, and we drove along that, which is some of the most insanely beautiful pinyon forest in the world. And I did not mince my words, I said pinyon forest, because a lot of those pinyon pines are packed together, sometimes even more densely than these Jeffrey pines here. And I know I've shot video and uploaded a couple videos about it, but it's some of the most scenic pinyon woodland I've ever seen, and some of the largest. My friend Brett and I have gone through it a few times now, and we were straight geeking when we saw it. Yeah. Yeah, it's some of the most scenic woodland. And then when you get on the 33, when it junctions with the 33, you're going south on the 33. Then when you're starting to go up towards Pine Mountain, you start getting some really beautiful big cone Douglas fir stands too. Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of wishing I got out of the car to film that today.
Well, no, you know what? If we come back this way, maybe we could do it another time. We'll
yeah.
Coming back, then maybe,
I'll see you on clip number 3. Battery's running out.